right, we should be live on the YouTubes now.
Well, hello to all the extra chromosomes.
What's up, you weirdos?
What's
Sickos,
up, Chromos?
in the house. Oh. Coming up.
What is it? There it is. It is live. There it is. It is live.
Hello to all the chromosomes.
I guess it'll take a few to get some chromosomes in here.
Yeah. Got just me and my pussy hanging out tonight.
We got 4 chromosomes watching so far.
All right.
They should get the notification anytime that we're live. Man, that sucks. My screen keeps blacking out and then it fucking freezes. What the hell?
My phone did that earlier. It got so cold it just shut off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the green eyes.
This weather, it just keeps coming and coming and coming.
Yeah, they have bounced back and forth, 100 times whether we're going to get anything out here or not.
Yeah.
So are you getting it tonight or tomorrow?
I mean, they say that we're not gonna, but then they say we are. I have no clue. By the looks of it, I think we're just going to get some cold, I don't think it's going to be much rain or ice or anything.
Back behind the system, y'all have like a warm front developing that's bringing rain. I seen that earlier.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got 7 chromosomes in here so far.
Well, that's extra. That's more than one.
That's more than one. So,
you can't see the chat? No, I can't see the chat. I don't know.
Anyway, I guess we will start discussing a few things. Number one that we got to bring up is the fact that your boy E2 is fucking back on YouTube. And
yeah, I guess try it again.
He gonna try it again. Yeah. I think he'll probably try to be on his best behavior for the first little bit, but he'll eventually unclench that butthole and get back to his normal routine.
Oh yeah,
most definitely.
I just wonder how long it's going to take.
I think it'll be about 5 or 6 months into it, something like that.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Jamie. It'll take a couple of months, but people like people with the things that it looks like he is into. Those kind of people can't stay away. I mean they do lots of impulse shit. They can't stay away. They're super narcissistic.
Yeah.
Well, at least I'll get some new material for my drag and maybe do a couple ghost hunts or something.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be sweet.
My balls are going off right now.
I can definitely get some future ghost hunts in the picture.
Yeah. I think maybe we'll do one next week.
Yeah, we definitely need some ghost hunts going on. I didn't know if C2 or Ashley and Zom were going to put on any ghost hunt tonight or not, but that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't plan on one, so
okay,
maybe we'll do one next week or something for everybody, and I'll try to get something set up.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I don't know. We've been waiting. We can get some new material to enjoy, make fun of, whatever. We haven't had a panel since the very end, and we have not discuss I don't think we had a panel about the the Snake Boy making up the fake AI and all that, and and then the channel disappearing, and
Well, that's what I really thought that tonight's panel was going to be about. Was the fact that we was watching his old streams and just pulling up stuff that he said on his own fucking streams, and he deleted his damn channel right in the middle of it, and then for anybody who has been around and saw, they know that I actually gave him the opportunity to take over this channel, so he could go back live again and maybe answer questions to anybody that thought some of the stuff he was up to was pretty shady, and he just never. He didn't want to do that, Of course, he was the victim again. He
Right.
told the guy that was facilitating it, Metalhead. He actually told Metalhead that I was over there on this channel talking crap about him when that was the farthest thing from the truth. But that's a pretty common tactic with with chomos or chomo behavior. So.
Yeah. We still. I'll use the allegedly because he never did defend himself, but it got really bizarre. In the lies.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me make it clear. Anything I say during this stream is alleged, and it's my opinion. Nothing I say is fact.
Yeah. There was just some very sketchy, sicko-related stuff. We saw the videos and him denying it, and then saying you made the videos AI that was giving out his Snapchat address, and that was stuff I didn't even know until some other people brought it to my attention that that's what these weirdos use because there's no history. It doesn't save anything. And the fact that we actually saw those old videos where he apparently, it looked like, in my opinion and most people's opinion, that he was soliciting younger kids to talk to him via Snapchat. And in some other instances, when he called somebody his girlfriend, it was underage and stuff. There was just a bunch of behavior, and they're talking about, one story, it was his grandma, one story, it was his aunt. And then I don't know. I get weird premonitions. Again, it's just, it's allegedly, but I don't think the apple falls far from the tree because, look at Mama and her barely over a teenage boyfriend, and then it comes out that he's, trying to get, teenagers to talk to him on Snapchat. Apple didn't far fall from the tree, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Must be some family history there. That's all I'm saying.
And I want to point out things about the fella as well. Over the span of the months of him asking for donations, I noticed that he never sent those donations to the correct people, and that's another thing to look at. It just doesn't make no sense. Those red flags start to pop out eventually.
Yeah. You're talking about the donations that you had actually sent me the screenshot of the Cash App transactions, correct?
Yes, and as well under the GoFundMe links and under the profiles checked out to his name or anything of the sort. So that's another alleged red flag.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen his last post on his new channel?
No, I haven't seen that. Can you read it to us?
No, Sue will pull it up. She just had a little note she handed me because I can't with the format. Just so everybody knows, if any of our extra chromosomes are in asking questions or making comments, I don't see the chat or anything here. So I don't know if you can, V, or not.
I can on another device. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't see on this. So if anybody asks any questions or anything, I don't see them. I'll ask, Sue to say something to them. But I know you invited him on seriously about I think talking one-on-one and trying to clear the air and actually not just make up damn stories about everything. Don't make up stuff that everybody knows is untrue. Don't be like, oh, hey, this Snake Boy sent me all this stuff. And, it was like, come on, it was damn, what was it? Those store catalogs, anybody, and everybody knows anybody can order anything and send it to anybody with anybody's name on it. You can go to any website, sign up for a catalog, any damn thing, and all you got to do is type in a name in a damn box and get it. It's just some of that stuff was so ridiculous. The accusations being made, and then him saying stuff was AI, and you're sitting there on a channel just showing everything. You put all your cards out on the table. And then for him to disappear as soon as you were telling people to go look for themselves, the whole channel disappeared. All the old videos disappeared. It's just, one coincidence, maybe two coincidences, maybe, but all this stuff happened, and then all the videos disappear, and all the stuff that we were pointing out that, hey, this is questionable behavior, is gone, but it's not gone. People save stuff on their devices, on their computers. It's just, he just took down his channel without any explanation.
Yep. Well, now see, there's part of it, like, I don't want to say the name out loud, for everybody on here because of lurkers. But you and Sue know of another channel that, I'm involved with a little bit. And all of a sudden, now because of the whole diaper saga and everything, with this fucking guy, now all of a sudden there's accusations out there, about my buddy, So it's kind of crazy, and I haven't had the chance to talk in depth with him yet. But if there's any truth to those accusations, he's no different than any other fucking chomo. If there's truth to it, I'll spit in his face and, bitch slap him, and I will fucking, snitch him out to the police. But, it's just very odd that the very things that we exposed on this guy so far are accusations towards somebody, that I'm affiliated with, on YouTube.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to run. I appreciate it. I had something come up, so I'm gonna have to run, man.
All right. Be safe with that storm and all that ice and stuff tonight, and hunker down. Be safe.
Oh yeah, most definitely appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jamie.
All right.
Yeah. Sue brought this up. His lab about an hour ago. He made a comment, under the heading "Heroes Against Bullying." Well, apparently, you're a hero if you're a sicko, and the bullies must be us and UV and anybody that was trying to call him out and ask for proof and details must be bullying. Okay. But it says he made a comment, put it out here. It says, and for all those who are truly concerned and not here. Hang on. It messed up. Screen went away soon. Try. Oh, for all those who are truly concerned and not here to try to hurt people, I'm going to keep this 100 with you all. I was going to make things right, and I was going to give people another chance to make everything right, but instead they could not be real people like me and fix things. And with God as my witness, I was going to reach out and fix things, but now not a chance! Exclamation point 3 times. Everyone knows that evil woman played both sides as she continues to do attacking people with disabilities, which makes me sick to my stomach. People need to defend people with disabilities and handicaps, not attack them. That just makes you a sick piece of shit. 4 exclamation points. I won't say names because I won't lower myself to those standards. Well, of course he always says names, and we all know he must be talking about Sonya, that when she called him out to say that she's sick. But about an hour ago, he just made a comment there on the Heroes Against Bullying, and I read it word for word. He's going to keep it 100. And apparently he's hiding behind a disability and handicaps now. But, you know, I've known people, my wife's best friend has a son that has handicaps and issues. And, you know, and he's not a sicko. He's not asking kids to contact him on Snapchat. He's not, you know, saying stuff, you know, and then here's another one 2 hours ago. I don't want people on my channel who cannot stand for what's right and cannot defend people with disabilities and handicaps. If you're not one of them, you will vanish very fast. So he's going to block everybody that tries to ask him questions. You know, to anyone who joins my channel, just know trolls will not be tolerated this time around. We will drop you like flies, and you won't be around long. So save yourself the time and leave while you can instead of being embarrassing and getting kicked off permanently. And we'll continue to ban trolls and anyone who goes against our rules and our ways. We don't care if you don't like it. It's our way or the highway. We will not welcome anyone from the past. The people that have turned on the E2 team again will never be welcome back. So do us a favor and don't waste our time. Well, he's stupid enough not to realize this E2 team, he's got a team of trolls. He says trolls and old people aren't welcome back. We're not going to do the same thing again. Well, you know, when you're stupid enough to bring the same people back, the same moderators probably, you call them your team, you're taking advice. And you know, I don't know. I'm guessing. I've heard some names and stuff, but I'm just guessing it's the same people still coaxing him from behind the scenes. And until that changes, it's going to be the same thing. The only thing he's doing is telling everybody, if we go on there and question him or bring up that we want an answer for something, they're just going to block us. So it's going to be a bullshit channel. He's going to get on there, be stupid, have a team, you know, his team protecting him, which basically means they're just, it's not going to be as fun. It's not going to be, you know, as fun for us to make comments about and review.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Sorry, I don't know who you're talking about either. But my opinion from reading his comments there, anybody that questions anything, anybody that says anything, they're just going to block you. They're going to ban you. And so, you know, this hidden stuff probably, and that's the whole thing. It won't come out because they're not going to respond to it. He's got a team of people that, you know, probably the same team he had before, which, you know, hey, change things up. Here's the only thing I can say. I actually honestly do wish the cat some luck on this. Yeah, I think some of his stuff was twisted. I honestly, in my opinion, again, allegedly, from what we found, was some sicko hidden behavior there. And that needs to stop. You know, you're a grown man. Have a channel. We're not trying to bust your balls. We're not trying to bury you. We're not trying to, you know, get rid of you. Hell, we like you. Look at me. You know, I may have to update after his first live. I don't know if he's still got the wave, you know, who knows. But all I'm saying is, you know, even you said before, we weren't trying to take you down. We wanted you to succeed. You know, we enjoyed the spoofs. We enjoyed spoofing the ghost hunting. You know, hey, everybody's got a little troll inside. You know, and we love it. You got to spoof people. You got to laugh at people. You got to have a good time. And that's what it's about. You know, and truly, if he could do it right this time, here's some advice, Jay, and I don't even know you. Just take some damn advice because you're probably watching this. Don't put everybody that kisses your ass, the first comment they make, as a moderator. Quit listening to people. Quit listening to your stupid ass mom, your stepdaddy. Quit listening to people. Just be yourself. Do what you think is right. Stay above the board. Don't talk late night shit to people and tell them to Snapchat you. Just grow the frick up. Do what you want. Have your ghost hunts. Have your fun. Talk to people. You know, have your EMPs, whatever other bullshit. You know, Go out, find another drainage grate and call it a cave. Whatever. That shit's hilarious. Take us on another ghost hunt in your backyard when your flashlight doesn't work in the total dark and make up shit. Yeah, that's fun. We all get a laugh out of that. But don't, you know, you've got some people, I believe, still in your inner circle that you think are trustworthy. They're only there to fuck with you, dude. Plain and simple. They're only there to get off on jerking you around. And, you know, that's my opinion. And I don't know what else you got.
He won't listen to a fucking word of it, because that's exactly what I tried to explain to him from day one. And, you know, he made me the fucking bad guy. And, you know, like the very fucking people that actually said, just the other day, you know, it's funny, he came out with that message when I made it clear earlier this afternoon that I was going to do this live stream tonight. So that's why he dropped that message. But anyway, I made it fucking clear the other day, you know, that, you know, he has the same people behind him as what was behind him the first time. He's fucking too stupid to fucking see that. And, you know, I am fine with looking past every little bit of stuff except for the questionable fucking predator behavior. You know, you know, if he's not a predator, if he didn't do anything, you know, wrong on those lines, why would he not want to fucking defend himself? You know, anybody in the world.
Why would you nuke your channel on all those videos?
Exactly. Why would you nuke your channel that, you know, you were so proud of being monetized and all that if you did nothing wrong? You know, why would you claim that we were making I was making AI videos, you know, when I was, you know, literally I had one phone in front of the other streaming his channel, you know?
Yeah, right off of there. Yep.
Yeah, so why the fuck would you go through all that trouble if you really, you know, did nothing wrong? And that's what makes the stuff, you know, so questionable. I don't know. You know, the problem here is, you know, even the good people, you know, you don't know who you can trust and who you can't and all that, you know, in this whole thing, you know, but I do a lot of stuff for myself, you know. I didn't form any opinion I have based on anybody else, you know. I form my opinion based on what I heard him say personally, you know, through his videos.
On his videos.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what did it for me too, is, you know, just different things here and there that when you piece together, it's questionable. It's very questionable. It's not acceptable behavior. I'm sorry. It's not even that it's questionable. It's, you know, it's, you know, I don't want to accuse somebody of something without solid proof, you know, but it's all sicko behavior. You don't plain and simple. An adult man, I don't care if you call yourself handicapped or what, does not need to go on at 2 or 3 in the morning and start talking to kids and trying to tell them to Snapchat him and telling stories about grandma and aunts wanting to coddle him like a baby. Just that's stuff you don't do. I'm sorry. That's just that's not right.
Well, like earlier, let's take earlier, for example. The proper way to do something is like, I had a person on the Virtual Reptarium channel for a long time that I was under the impression was an adult. There was never any, you know, out of line talk with the person. It was always reptile related. But tonight I was started to tell that person about E2, and somebody actually hit me up and said, hey, that person, you know, is having a birthday and is turning 11 years old. And I said, oh, wow, you know, okay, this is not, you know, appropriate to even be telling this kid about that, you know. So, well, you know, just listen to your parents, be safe, you know, and, you know, keep it reptile related while on the channel, you know, and that's that, you know. There's no reason you need to go into any type of deep discussion with a child, you know, on YouTube at all. But let me answer a question.
You never know by a screen name who's who. Even on the Snake channel, we have a lot of guests and visitors that are younger, still in school, and we know most of them. We may not know all of them, by screen names, but we know most of them. And I know a lot of times when you know they're there, you even try to, watch your language, even, when something goes awry and try not to use, drop or anything. But a lot of times you don't know they're there. And, it's just, you got to be smart about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just
GTO Music. No, Jay ain't going to clear the air on any neutral third-party channel. That was offered to him, and he just, wanted to, claim that he was the victim again, that people were talking bad about him by having questions, He ain't never going to clear the air about nothing. He's going to pretend like he's the victim to try to get sympathy from those who want to farm content, or those who don't give a shit if they support a fucking chomo.
Yep. That's I believe that also, because he had plenty of opportunity, and like I said, there's it just the way it ended left more questions than answers in my mind, and I wanted to see something be resolved, either for us to say, okay, you said some things you didn't mean, you were just talking, or some stuff that was questionable, and somebody to explain those and at least make me think, well, maybe not, but maybe somebody just wasn't paying attention to what they were saying or how they acted, and they just didn't know, in other words, a handicap type thing. And then, the more questions we had, and then the channel being nuked and the way it ended, and then the way somebody else told you some information that came about, it left more questions with me than answers. That's,
yeah.
Yep.
I'm kind of baffled at the fact that not more people, wanted to come on this panel and actually ask some questions or voice their opinion as well. That have been pretty vocal about things thus far. It's pretty strange. I gave everybody the platform, come on, here it is, say what you need to say, ask whatever question you need to ask and stuff. You can either show your face or not show your face. I don't care, but I think that, there's a small handful who, are really for real concerned about, the predator, type behavior out of him. But I think there's more of them that are more concerned about just getting some fucking content.
Yeah. And that's where I got to draw the line. I know, and I've learned through this, cause I'm an older guy, and just recently, and you were the first person I ever watched on YouTube. And I may, a lot of people may not believe that, but I learned a lot through all this, his channel and going back to your channel and you trying to support him, and then you getting backstabbed, and then all these people. Pretty much everybody's a troll. And even for safety, I understand that. We use screen names and stuff that aren't real, or maybe are your hobby or what you enjoy. It's what everybody does, just because, a lot of us don't need somebody calling you or just, getting your email, and just because they have a different opinion than you. That's just crap that came up over the last few years. Everybody said, used to have your own opinion. It was okay. Now, if you don't agree with somebody, you're wrong, and they want to ruin your life for it. But, I've had to play the fence. There's some people that were on your channels that I can trust, that I've learned. There's other people I thought I could trust and can't. And there's a lot of people I'm finding out are just trolling for content. They're on your channel, they're on his channel, they're on multiple other channels now that I'm learning more, doing the same stuff. They're just there for their own personal, and I don't even know how to say it, enjoyment, their own personal gratification. They're just going to different channels to fuck with people, plain and simple, and they're getting off on screwing with people.
Yep. And you know what? I don't have a big issue with them going on channels to fuck with people. Where I have an issue is when there is something serious that's put right in their fucking face like this, and and then they fucking ignore it like it never happened, you know? So if everybody just ignores this shit and, you know, lets it fucking go, you know, how many fucking kids' lives could this man destroy if it turns out that he is a fucking chomo?
Yeah. If it's one teenager, one child that something happens to, even in the future or in the past, whatever, you know, it's not worth it. You know, it needs to be confronted. I agree with you 100%.
Yep. So, but whatever, I have learned, that I have found nobody outside of yourself and Jamie Vlogs that has been 100% transparent on this whole thing, and myself. Everybody wants to use, their safety or whatever as an excuse and shit. Like, I can understand, I can understand, wanting to watch out for your safety and your family's safety and all of that. But hang on, we got Ashley and Zom trying to come on. Give me a second.
Cool. They
should be on the stage now, so Ashley and Zom should be here.
Hey.
What's up? But anyway, so yeah, I just, that's the parts I disagree with. Like, when it becomes something serious, like this here, people should have the fucking nuts to stand against it, Yeah,
I guess my biggest thing with learning, trying to be neutral in the beginning, learning, seeing the behavior that is not acceptable and, chomo related behavior. But, it just, and to see some people in the comments from people that when you were bringing some stuff to light, just showing his videos, to come on your channel and start berating you and some of us other people, like, oh, we were just trying to take them down. Well, if you're that blind, or I don't know, I don't think they were that blind. I think it was like you said, they were just, they don't care, and you need to care, people. Yeah. If you were a child at one time, you probably have children. Not everybody has children, but they've got nieces, nephews, whatever. You got best friends with kids, somebody, and I'll tell you what, there probably isn't anybody watching or anybody that wouldn't see a grown man do something to a child and literally want to kill him, beat the hell out of him, whatever. Yeah. It's just, but for some people, that's what turned me against these people. That we're just trolling. That's where I drew the line. The trolling's fine, the messing with people, but it was that them wanting to blame you for taking his channel down so they couldn't watch ghost hunts and have fun anymore, when it was this sicko behavior that we were questioning. That's what turned me against some of these people. That's totally unacceptable.
Yeah, well, see, and to Zombula's comment here real quick, he said that's why he should be off of YouTube, not encouraging him to do more. And I agree with that. But now that he has been encouraged by others and stuff, that's why I tried to give him the opportunity to take over this channel and hit the ground running. Because if we have people like myself, Tom, Zombula, Ashley, and stuff that are in the fucking background, we're going to fucking be so far up his ass that if he does something, he will get fucking burnt quick.
Yeah, we'll be watching him. Yep. Somebody.
So,
there'll be more people paying attention.
Do you have anything to say here?
I just don't see how he can be encouraged to keep doing this shit instead of taking accountability for the shit.
And I can't see him. I don't know if you could bring him into video or not.
No, they're not going to come on video. They just have a picture there,
Okay.
I couldn't tell. It's so small on my phone. I clearly can't. And I have to use my old broken glasses, make me look more like a C2. I'll be like,
But like before, he never mentioned having a disability before. Never. He never.
But yeah, if you don't mind, maybe we'll do a ghost hunt next week or something sometime.
No doubt. But all of a sudden now on his new channel, all of a sudden he's got a disability.
Yeah. And you know what started that, is whenever I fucking whenever we started reviewing his shit, I actually got that text message. If y'all remember, I showed it soon as I got it, where they said, "Oh, Jay is autistic," and then his stepmother, when I called her, she said, "Oh, he's disabled," if you guys remember that shit. So
Well, she
now,
said not right in the head.
he's not right in the head is how she said it. And I said, well, I noticed that maybe he wasn't the smartest, but I didn't recognize it as an actual disability, And so now it's basically, it's damage control at this fucking point.
Yeah, we're all bullies because we've got questions for the handicapped individual to answer.
Yeah.
It's an escape route. It's an excuse, and it's bullshit.
And he hasn't moved, by the way.
Yeah, he's at the same place.
Yeah. Well, judging by those countertops, that's the same house.
Well, I knew he did move.
Yeah,
I already knew he had the other channel, and I can't say too much, so I got to be careful about what I do say. But I already know everything this idiot's doing before he knows what he's doing.
Yep. Well, I know, I know his real phone number, I know that there is another house involved, but you're correct, they still have that house.
He can run with that I'm disabled, whatever bullshit he wants to, but I know there are things going on behind the scenes that he's not going to be able to stop. So.
Yeah, and then the law does not care if you're disabled. It just doesn't.
No, hell no, it don't. And like I say, even if when it comes time for court and sentencing and stuff, that kind of shit has to be, proven, and it doesn't get you out of it. It can mitigate some things a little bit, but he's not disabled to the point that it would mitigate a fucking thing, because he's been able to fucking hold a job. He's been able to graduate high school. He was able to fucking have kids, he was, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's not mitigating the fucking thing.
No,
he's just low IQ.
He's a dumb motherfucker that likes.
Yeah, and sorry if I'm not chiming in here because I don't hear anybody else and I can't see the comments, so I'm just listening to your response, V.
Okay, I got you.
Right, hear us.
Can you guys hear Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
You. Can everybody in chat hear us and Tom?
Yep. Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's not coming through my phone, but I hear a slight echo. Like I think Sue can hear it on the channel, but I can't hear it on the panel.
Is your volume turned down?
No, it's not the whole way I checked it.
Okay. But either way, I'm going to say this in the wide open because I know he already expects it. But I will be so far up Jay's fucking ass, as long as that guy is on the internet, I will be so far up his fucking ass, he ain't going to be able to move right, because I will not allow him to harm any fucking children.
Well, this has been a thing multiple times already.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, this is about channel number 5 or 6 total. I don't, and of course, one time he tried to say, oh, it was a defamation thing. He never did admit that it was a Chomo thing, but there was somebody else. I can't find the video again, but I found a video one time of somebody that made a video about him with his old channel that he deleted. He had like 4,000 subscribers, and he fucking deleted that channel over the similar stuff as to this right here.
It's hard to hear.
It's probably because we're doing it on Ashley's phone, and I'm like far away.
Here, I'll hold it up to you.
I don't know if y'all heard what I said, but I said I had saw a video one time. I can't find it anymore, but there was somebody made a video about Jay, and they said that he deleted his old channel. It had almost 4,000 subscribers, and he deleted that channel over similar accusations as this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently, like I said, I don't want to say too much about anything that might be in the realm of legal repercussion, but he's already on the radar of internet
ICAC.
children.
Yeah. I had to play with my phone. I hear you now, Zon.
And I've
Pervert.
and I've been in contact with some people too. So
Okay.
Good.
And he was already on their radar, and not from anything recent. This was something that and they didn't tell me what, but the initial reports was from 18 months ago.
Oh,
And
wow.
Okay.
That was around about a month ago that I talked to them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull up an email. I had got an email from some random person. Let me find it. But it was a random fucking person. Actually, it was the same name as he tried to say emailed him. Do you remember when he said somebody emailed him with the name Tiffy?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that name Tiffy emailed me. And let me figure out which email address it was. But they emailed me some stuff, and it was kind of fucked. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Now that I met the trolls, I got like 10 fucking email accounts.
Yeah, gotta love it.
Yeah,
Yep.
fucking so. Let's see here.
It's like JT was talking about farming E2 for content. That was all well and good up until the predatory behavior came to light. And then at that point, I don't care what kind of content you want to make or enjoy off somebody. They need to be off the internet as much as you can possibly make that happen.
Absolutely.
Yep. And that's why I didn't understand all the people that wanted to, I'm not going to say hide the behavior, but bash what V and some other people were trying to do, bring it to light. I can't see how people would do that and not want to get it off of YouTube.
Yeah, and honestly, we were talking about that type of behavior weeks before anybody would even pay attention to it, or it was, oh well, you all just don't like him. No, it wasn't that we just didn't like him. We'd already saw that behavior. We'd already dug into his old shit. We'd already found out about his previous channels. We'd already found out about things he's done on Instagram. He's got a whole history on Instagram too. That is which is part of a bigger problem that all that'll come out later. Like, he's got a lot of shit that's coming.
Yep. As he needs to, because I agree 100% with you. He needs to be off the fucking internet. And the thing is, we have 3 fucking people that are backing him on this fucking shit, and it's fucking Metalhead, Luna Blue, and K Andy. They're the ones backing him.
But I know it's not hard to watch the same shit we watched, and that's clear predatory behavior. There's no excuses that can be made for that. And he even admitted in the messages to Sonya. Sonya was asking him specifically about those underage girls, and he said, yes, I dated 2 of those girls. They're not talking about grown women. She's asking him about underage girls, and he says, yes, I dated 2 of those girls. And then the video of the Snapchat shit. You don't need nothing else. Like, if you're supporting him after seeing those things,
yeah, you're a sicko.
Yeah, you're just as bad as him. You're a super weird piece of shit.
Now I think I don't check because I still don't go on many channels, but I think somebody said even that one girl's channel maybe disappeared too.
I don't know.
I
But
don't
it
know.
should. If they're underage and they're having interactions with people like Jay, then they need to get offline.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And earlier, JT, you said that in that video he was trying to Snapchat teenage girls. And to correct you, they were 11 and 12 years old. They
Oh
wasn't
wow.
even teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's even worse. I didn't know the age of them. I just saw the video, when he was trying to get everybody calm because, hey, this is what my Grammy did. This is what my aunt did. They tried to talk to me like this. They wanted me to hold me like a baby, whatever,
Yeah.
But we can talk about this. And if you can't talk to anybody, you can talk to me. And here's my Snapchat, MMA, great fighter, whatever the hell it was. And that's, watching some of that stuff, that's what really got to me. And the one that got to me was the simple one that it was. And again, I think I even said on a comment to the video when V first was watching, again, his own videos from his channel on one phone and holding his other phone, no AI bullshit, just straight watching his behavior. And when Jay said, yeah, he's making up fake stuff, trying to say I'm with younger girls again.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Again? Nobody did that. V didn't say he's at it again. V didn't even say he was doing it. He just said, hey, this ain't cool. This is wrong behavior. What the hell's going on? We're going to look deeper into this. And then, that's when we started digging at his videos, getting his own words out of his own damn mouth, to use against him. And then his response was, they're trying to making up lies, trying to say I'm with young girls or wanting young girls again. I was like, whoa, wait, again?
Yeah. Another thing, he lets a lot of stuff slip. Like, no one ever mentioned his niece. Nobody ever even knew that girl was his niece or anything like that. And he started saying, people are trying to say I'm having sex with my niece. People are trying to say that I'm having sex with a family member. People are trying to say I'm dating my niece. No one said that. No one ever said that. And he kept
No,
saying,
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fucking weird. I remember that, plain as day.
And no one said that.
Yeah. That's so fucked. Like, man, where's that
the old saying, give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves.
Exactly. And he has a lot of Freudian slips, as they call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Let's see here.
The only step that I really haven't taken into that I feel like I should is talking to his brother Mike about that girl. And that's because I don't like to do that. I don't like taking it from online to the real world, other than if I see something that I feel like legally needs to be addressed, then that's different. But as far as interacting with his family and stuff, I was hoping someone else would step in and do that, but no one has, apparently. So I'm probably going to have to take that step soon.
Yeah, I don't. That's another one I kind of don't understand. That's why people maybe think I was joking when I said the apple don't fall far from the tree. Yeah. But you would think, a friend, his mother, somebody that he trusts would try to shape him, curve him, get him off the internet, get him fixed. I don't know the right words to say, but somebody should be watching him, not condoning and letting the behavior continue.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not sure, and I question the family, knowing, watching V with that one phone number that was his mom's, apparently, and you getting those messages back and forth and telling you they were a cop and then they were a young kid and all that crap. And you only ever gave that phone number to one person. And then they're starting to call you. They're starting to text you like there's somebody else. And you only gave that number to one person. Come on, people. That's not very intelligent to act like you're somebody else. But apparently they're condoning, covering, and helping him bring another channel online. And somebody's got to be pushing the, oh, hey, if you question me, oh, you're a bully because I'm handicapped. That's bullshit.
Yep. That's a big problem.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out which fucking email address that shit was sent to. But anyway, I got an email from somebody that same name Tiffy that said that Jay fucking basically was stalking somebody and stuff. They didn't say whether it was underage, but they did say a young girl, and they said that, the police investigated him for that. They said that he fucking he ain't allowed, him and his kid's mother, neither of them are allowed to have custody of the daughter. So Jeannie Bishop, his mother, has custody of the daughter because neither of them are allowed to have custody and shit.
Yeah, that is true. His mom is the one that has custody.
He's not supposed to be
Now, I don't understand that. You guys say that, and I heard that before, but his mom can have custody, but he lives with his mom. So why isn't somebody from a certain agency in a state, if it is Texas, wherever, look into that shit? Come on now.
I don't know.
They're still in the same house, right?
I don't know that he's not allowed to be around her. I just know that his mom is the one that has physical custody.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. I got you. Could be two different things. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. Like I said, I'm learning through all this myself about things and people, but yes, you could be right.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's allowed around her or not. I don't know that for sure.
Forget that he admitted to having girls in his bedroom and didn't know how they got there.
Yeah, his whole story about the minors appearing in his bedroom, and he didn't know how they got there, and he got a handcuff, but they let him go.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's not like we just thought he was a weird guy and started saying stuff about the motherfucker.
Yeah, we were using his own words and his own stories, and it was more than one.
We're not making nothing up.
Yeah, nothing has been made up about this guy. It's all his own words.
Yeah. And that's
for fun. Is we're doing this fucking panel tonight, and normally over here, we've got fucking 30, 40 people in here. We got fucking 12 people tonight now that we're talking about this shit.
Yeah.
We know the ones that we want to see it'll see it.
Yeah. So, but now the thing is, they may not be here now, but they'll watch the replay later.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. The replays haven't been going up on this channel. You need to set it to where they post after you end them.
Yeah, they must be uploading as private. I know they were doing that in the beginning. I thought I fixed that, but I'll have to look and then just make everything public. So, man, I can't. Well, I mean, I haven't went live on this channel in a week or so now.
Yeah. I think the last one I posted was the one with the diaper and the crosshairs or something.
Okay. All right. Guys, if y'all remember, we were on a live one night and somebody fucking said, hey, I sent you an email, and they told me the email address, and I'm like, look, man, like, ain't nobody has that fucking email address. Like, does anybody remember that email address? Because that's where it's at.
It was Queerdus's.
Yeah, it was the Queerdus one.
It was the Queerdus one? Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
Hopkins, wasn't it?
I wasn't going to say it.
My bad.
Yeah, well, it's Artist Hopkins 71 at Gmail. I don't give a fuck who has it. I just want to, let's see here.
Because I remember, I never forget.
I'm trying to get this fucking email up because I think there was some more shit in there that would be nice to be able to highlight.
I've also heard rumblings of a little trouble in paradise with Adrian and the leathery bag that is Gina and Bishop.
Oh, really?
or Jean, however the fuck you say
Yeah,
her
you
name.
say that. Goat
Gene, yeah.
Jeannie Bishop.
Genie.
Jeannie. Jeannie. Let's see here. Jim
I think it was
Broski.
I Dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, not the old wrinkled skin and gray hair.
No doubt.
Maybe we should just call her Rumpelstiltskin.
She's a rough one.
She is. She's fucking. She was rode hard and put away wet for sure. Ugh.
So Jamie, you ought to hop up on here with all the good looking people. All the ugly people stay in chat. You don't want to be stuck in there with them.
Jamie was up here, but he fucking bounced on us like a little girl.
You
Except
see
for
my
Bob.
pussy?
Bobby's not ugly. Y'all gonna have to quit getting that girl going, by the way.
Your new girlfriend?
You better stop that shit.
You see my pussy?
Hey, everybody loves a little black pussy every once in a while, JT.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and trust me, she is of age. She's like 20, 22 years old.
Damn, is she really?
Yeah, she's the old girl.
Holy shit.
Hey.
Zom, I vow to get Bobby Joe in love with you.
You better stop.
Yeah. And Sue does not mind at all and is not even upset about her and Ashley being BFFs now.
I bet she's not. She can. I will never.
Awesome.
She enjoys a little R&R.
Man.
Yeah, I thought she was going to take you out though earlier, Ash. For Zom there.
I know.
And some of the chat. I was talking to Zomula.
I was like, dang.
I wasn't really paying attention. I've been nerding out on Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And then it was funny. I had to laugh last night because Sue made a comment about something and got told I was talking to Zomula. Okay.
Still haven't made my mind up on whether legit.
Do you notice sometimes, and this is the one that gets me questioning, and I shouldn't, but sometimes like the spelling and the grammar can be like spot on, and then all of a sudden it's like were my BFF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were like, well, wait a minute. Here, like 3 chats ago, everything was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she's like, "Are you mad?" at
But
Yeah, and the way
no.
the way she was like, "Are you mad at me?" and Zombula are talking. It's like, yeah, are you fucking around or are you really? It's hard to decide.
I don't know. It's either
it is.
I'm still tossed. It either really is, or it's comic book guy in his mom's basement on a computer.
Yeah, yeah, and you never know
Yeah.
Especially on YouTube.
because like
Yeah.
Back in the very beginning of the Reptarium. In the very beginning of the Reptarium, I actually blocked her. I was like, "Now, fuck you, get out of here, you fucking troll." And then I got to thinking, and I emailed Sue, and I'm like, "Sue, do you think maybe she's retarded?" I said, "I ain't trying to be mean, but I don't know how else to word it, And like me and Sue talked a little, and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll unblock her." And I unblocked her, and fucking, we just thought she was our special guest for a while.
And I'm still thinking that is the case. But if you remember, you guys don't know, but way back in the beginning when she got on there, it was like we had somebody else coming in called Sunshine, and it was like 2 5th grade girls fighting over attention. And it was, oh my goodness, Sunshine got mad, said, "I'm not talking to this person." And then V had to go, "Wait a minute, stop cat fighting. I don't care. I'll block both your asses." And then Bobby Joe would start talking to her and saying stuff. And then Sunshine would be, "I'm not talking to her. She crazy bitch, blah, blah, blah." And we're like, "Sunshine, she probably doesn't even remember." And Bobby Joe would come on the next day and try to talk to her like it was nothing. Like this conversation never happened. Like, how are you tonight? What you have for dinner? And then the other one would get mad, and it was like, oh my goodness. It was like Sue was.
If Sunshine comes back around, I'm gonna get her hooked up with
You all better chill.
Yeah, maybe she'll need somebody up there in Canada to keep her warm.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, fucking Sunshine will pursue it. She did with poor Trey.
Oh my goodness. She'll talk about ice cream, Taco Bell, and her period in the same chat.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. She sent a picture of her big old saggy titties to Trey.
Oh, did she? I didn't know that.
Yeah, fucking Trey, like,
Snapchat.
Oh man.
man.
Oh, that's funny.
The big sag.
Send them Snapchat.
Snapchat?
That's what Sue said. She sent him Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
But no, I know a couple of times, Sue's, I'm just chatting away, talking like I always do. Hey, what's going on? How's everybody doing? And she's telling me she's horny. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
how do I respond to that?
I remember some of that shit, 'cause I had to tell her, I'm like, look, fucking Sunshine, like, talk about that shit somewhere else, man. We're trying to talk about snakes around this motherfucker. Like, and that was back when we actually would get people in and out all night, Yeah,
actually wanting to talk. Yeah, between her and Bobby Joe, a couple nights was frustrating because there was actually people coming asking questions about the snakes and stuff from overseas because the time zone's different, and you were getting a little frustrated. And I was laughing, but I'm dang, between the two of them, it was a challenge.
Oh yeah.
But I think the other one quit popping in as much because we ignored a lot of what she said for a while, and she wasn't getting that. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like both of them when they get, hey, can you ask somebody else to chat with me and stuff? They don't realize it's about snakes and there's people in there asking questions. They don't really care. It's about them, and they wanted to be the center of attention is what I think on the other individual. Just wanted to be the center of attention.
Yeah, it's that. And the other thing that happened with Sunshine was I accidentally fucking made her a moderator one time when I was trying to fucking give her a timeout. And so
she got mad when you took that away.
I know it. And she got mad when I took it. And ever since then, she ain't never been the same again.
Yeah. She'll pop in occasionally. And I think she played with Trey after that for a little bit. But
Yeah. I'm going to be honest here for a minute. I'm not 100% sold on Trey either. Trey's a good guy, but I'm not sold on everything with Trey.
I don't know who Trey is.
Trey's a good guy, he means well. He comes in and talks and stuff, and I've talked to him on the phone and everything, but there's some really far-fetched stories sometimes, just kind of embellishes some things a little now and then, I believe, not saying he's a bad guy for it, just, he's a talker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I am too. Look at me.
Well, yeah, I understand, but it's a little bit different, I mean, basically, I have opened the door for Trey 100 times, like when he talk about his snakes and stuff, like he told me, if you remember when we both came up on live that day, I did a collaboration just to figure out how it worked. He was saying, let's do a collaboration tomorrow, whatever. I can show my snakes and stuff. And I said, yeah, man, let's do that. And fucking the very next day, he starts having seizures and disappeared and everything. And
Puff was supposed to donate to Jay, and all of a sudden he was in a car wreck.
Yeah, it's similar to stuff to that. And then the next time he was supposed to show his snakes, like he was on the live stream and I was going to bring him on in like 20 minutes or something. And next thing you know, he disappeared. And then I get a text message fucking later that night, you know, and it was his wife saying that he done fell down and had a seizure and shit. So I just don't know. I mean, it could all be true. I mean, I like Trey, but you know, like I don't, you know, why bullshit about something stupid if that's what you're doing? That's I don't know.
Yeah, and like if I was supposed to do a video, and like me and you talk quite a bit, we all talk quite a bit, me and Ashley. But if I was supposed to do a video with you and then I had a seizure, I doubt she's gonna take the time out of her day to be like, "Oh, hey, he's not gonna do the video tonight. He had a fucking seizure." You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. The hospital here or something. Yeah.
exactly. And that was kind of my thinking behind it and stuff. Like, you know, I just bottom line, what I think it comes down to is I think Trey has watched a lot of YouTube videos when it comes to snakes. I don't think he really has any himself. And he just, you know, he was making conversation in the beginning, you know, and then when it got time. Yeah, so when it come time to, you know, show that, he wasn't able to, you know. So, but either way,
I'm just fine with no snakes. You all can keep them.
Now, hell no, we gonna get you a snake before long.
No.
I remember in the beginning, Sue had to twist your arm to come into the live stream.
Yeah, she got hooked, and I had to come in and watch once or twice just to, you know, see what was going on. And she got me to where I at least come in and hit the like button for you, and then I stayed a few times. And
yep.
and next thing you know, here I am with my mug on a panel.
Yeah, I come in to argue and fight with him, and then ended up sticking around.
Yep. See, you know, I'm serious, for a while there, we never had a big consistent group, but I mean, I would get thousands of people stopping in and out of the stream, you know, like when I would end the stream and look at the analytics, I would have 10, 20,000 views, you know, and then we had a talk about Ukraine and shit one night. And after that, it went to shit.
Yep. That's how we knew shadow banning was real.
Yep, and then after that, it started to come back, but by that time, I met the fucking trolls, and I had trolls coming over fucking false reporting me and shit, so it fell off again, and after it fell off the next time, it just never returned.
Yeah. It just... Yeah, we did pretty good in the beginning, you know, late night, all night long, people coming in from overseas, and
yeah. Fucking weird. But, you know, to give you an idea how this works, though, you know, I turned on the monetization on this channel, you know, a little less than a week ago. And in all the time since I turned on the monetization, I have made $4.40 or something, like basically $4.50 on live streams, you know, but on my fucking on my short form and my long form videos in that time, I have made over $500 so far, not counting the donation.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, the live streams don't make shit for you. And when it comes to trolls being able to fuck with you, the only thing they can hurt is the live streams. They can't hurt your short and long form videos. You know, now they can claim fake copyright shit, but soon as, you know, it gets reviewed, it gets fucking lifted.
But see, learn something every day. I'm learning all about YouTube from listening to you.
Yep. But yeah, anyway, like I say, this panel was basically just to, you know, let everybody know that
kind of we'll be watching.
We'll be watching and fucking we're not going anywhere.
Man, like to support him like, if you say you never saw that and you didn't know, okay, go watch it. And then if you're still supporting him, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And
See,
like I
after
said,
tonight's
I
stream,
learned it from just watching his own videos.
this is after tonight's live stream on TBR. $12.09. I'm gonna buy a Mate Black Lambo before you know it.
Yeah. That's Lambo money there.
Hell yeah.
But no, I'm kind of glad you guys were around, Zom, kind of, because a couple times you enlightened me on some stuff I didn't know, you know, like making comments telling me like what the Snapchat was used for and stuff in your comments, and, you know, kind of where to look for some of those videos. Because like I said, I was kind of like naive and on the fence in the beginning too, until we took that deeper dive into, you know, his own video.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we never even got to a lot of the stuff we wanted to highlight before he nuked the fucking thing, you know. So it sucks, you know, because I guarantee if we would have got to expose some of the other shit that was uncovered, some of the people that, you know, are, you know, sort of backing him on shit today would not be backing him.
Well, yeah, they would, because what was uncovered was plenty for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely enough for me to go, this ain't cool, you know.
Yeah, the only thing more you could have is him actually having a video of him doing something to a child.
Yeah. Well, see, that's something I actually said to Metalhead in the start of all this. Because Metalhead hit me up after not talking to me for, you know, fucking 2 or 3 weeks there. He hits me up and says, you know, well, I need to see some actual real proof, you know. And I said to him, like, bro, if you're expecting, you know, to see a fucking confession video, you're not going to see that, dude. But, you know, I said, you know, to each man for himself, I guess. But, you know, it's plain as fucking day by what happened here, you know. The fucking guy deleted his fucking monetized YouTube channel, you know, to hide from it, instead of, you know, getting on there and making a video and saying, nah, this shit ain't true, you know, fuck you. This is what I was doing. Yeah, maybe it looks bad, but that ain't what I meant, you know, and trying to fucking, you know, do some, you know, some, you know, damage, you know, recovery or something, you know, but he didn't bother. He just fucking deleted his shit, thought he could run from it for a couple of weeks. If you know, and as you see, he's already deleted both of his first short videos he made where he actually talked on there, because he made them 2 shorts on this new channel where he said, oh, I've been gone for a long time, but I'm back, you know, and you know, we're the bully strike team and whatever. And when I asked somebody about that bully strike team last night, they refused to answer me, and I ain't seen them again. And all of a sudden, those 2 videos are gone.
Yeah, because we asked that individual if they were part of his bully strike team.
Yeah.
He has confession text that you can see. So I mean, like, he admitted to it in text. So I don't know what else they need.
Maybe he admitted on video that he had those underage girls in his room. Is that not fucking weird?
He had his own story about the underage girls in his room. I mean, I don't know what else you would need, but one of those things is plenty for me. You add them all together, it should be plenty for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that was on my stream earlier and, you know, heard, you know, I was talking about grooming behavior and stuff, you know, and, you know, pointed out how that fucking shit works, and, you know, everything fit to a fucking T, you know, and it's just fucking disgusting.
I get not wanting to accuse somebody of something that they might not have done, but this is clear as day.
Yeah. And even if you say it the way, you know, me and Tom started this in the beginning, you know, nothing I'm saying here is fact. It is questions, you know, and it looks very fucking bad. And based on the information I do have, I feel, and it's my opinion, that, you know, he is up to chomo behavior. But, you know, it's not proven yet beyond a reasonable doubt. But in my opinion, that's what it looks like.
It'll all check
Yeah.
out.
But you know, grooming behavior, you know, basically it's a pattern of behaviors, you know, to lower a child's boundaries, you know, normalize inappropriate behavior. So let's say, you know, normalize inappropriate behavior, you know, the whole grandma aunt diaper fucking, you know, or treating like a baby talk, you know, that's normalizing inappropriate behavior. You know, pissing the bed, you know, when you're fucking 12 years old or 11 years old, you know, and then saying, oh, I got a niece that does that, blah, 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 you know, that's inappropriate fucking talk and behavior, you know. Create secrecy, dependency, or fear, you know, like, you know, creating secrecy, that's fucking, you know, trying to drag them into Snapchat, you know, and then, you know, reduce the chance the child will tell on somebody. Again, Snapchat, you know, where he says it makes it harder to keep track of people. You know, it's just, you know, so basically you have targeting, you know, you have when children who are vulnerable, lonely, isolated, or needing attention, you know, are unsupervised, and they look for access through trusted roles, you know, like, you know, older people, or a family friend, maybe a babysitter, someone they met online, a teacher, a coach, whatever, you know, and then the person, you know, tries to gain trust, you know, by giving excessive attention, praise, or affection. What do you think that shit was, you know, with the whole fucking, you know, potty training talk, you know, that was excessive attention from a grown man to a kid, you know, praising them for, you know, talking about it, and then trying to console them.
Yep. That's why you would make
And
those
then,
young odds.
yeah, yep. And then special privileges is the next, you know, making them kids moderators and shit. That's the special privilege, you know, and, you know, acting like, you know, they're the only one who understands the child. And that's what he did, you know, he'd act like he understood and stuff. And then basically, you know, filling the needs of the kids, you know, becoming emotional support. That's what he was trying to do there. Encourage, you know, dependence, you know, you can tell me anything type of shit. You know, and then, you know, basically isolating the child, you know, creating private time. Again, Snapchat, you know, encouraging secrecy, you know, the Snapchat thing once again. And then making the child feel guilty or scared. And if you recall, he kept asking that one, like, are you sure it was your cousin or was it you? You know, was it you? You know, well, that was trying to make the kid feel guilty, you know, and obviously, you know, boundary testing, you know, and stuff, just making comments or questions or whatever, you know, and then just manipulation, fucking, you know.
And none of what you're explaining is a handicap behavior. I'm throwing the bullshit flag right here on this bullying, this new bullshit. This is not handicap freaking behavior. This is predatory behavior.
Yep.
I'm sorry, a disabled person couldn't pull that off.
No, you're right. Yeah, and the whole thing when V first got set up trying to help him out, and then them trying to say you were stealing his channel and stuff. Yeah, you were set up, and that's more. Like I said, there's more people behind the scene you realize, because I don't think he was smart enough to come up with that on his own.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. You know, basically, guys, I say, you know, and they say it's autism is his disability. So, you know, I honestly say that, you know, autism definitely is not an excuse. You know, grooming is intentional behavior. You know, grooming, you know, is planning, manipulation, secrecy, and you know, gradual boundary violations. You know, they're all deliberate choices. You know, it's not a mistake, you know, or a misunderstanding. It's a fucking choice. You know, autistic adults, you know, still understand right versus wrong, as I always say. You know, autistic people basically struggle with, you know, social cues. You know, they communicate a little differently, or or they might miss subtleties, but they understand, that children can't consent, that sexual behaviors towards minors is wrong, and that secrecy, coercion and manipulation are all fucking wrong. There's millions of autistic adults, that live their entire lives without harming anybody. So even just one person like this motherfucker, using autism as an excuse is super harmful. It protects predators, as we see. It really stigmatizes autistic people, and like I've already said too, it shifts blame away from the offender, and it silences victims. It's just fucked. It's fucked.
Another thing, Jay, is just like he used the aunt and grandma story to like talk about his weird little fetish without bringing it up in case it wasn't accepted the way he wanted it to be. He made up this little story to subtly talk about it, and he did that to talk about like his fantasy and stuff without
absolutely
exposing himself. And he did the same exact thing with the Christmas tradition story of his dad and the robe. That story never happened. That was his weird way of talking about a fantasy he has. Just like he was talking about Adrian in the robe right before that. That's a weird little fantasy that he fucking has that people really need to fucking pay attention to.
Yep.
And any psychologist would see the same things we have and tell you the exact same thing. That's a subtle release of his fantasy that he's afraid will not be accepted by certain people. So that's his way. He wants to talk about it.
He wants to see how people when he says it.
Yep. I agree. Yep, I agree completely with all of that. Bottom line is,
it means that he's not stupid. He knows right from wrong.
Absolutely. Exactly. He knows right from wrong. Actually, that's something that Dave DeLuca just said, I believe it was. Let me see here. Actually, a bunch of people in the chat did. Yeah, Dave DeLuca said, definitely not autism. He knows what he's doing. He addressed everything but this, And then Darknet said, autism is easiest disability to claim. Oh, I'm caught. Oh, it's the tism, And Ricky Bobby said he tried to justify the diaper talk with the grandma and aunt story to try to make him seem vulnerable and talk to the kids into his fantasies. And Darknet, it probably did happen, but the roles were switched. It was him and his niece. And then Jamie Wall just said, makes me mad. I grew out of mine. It is called Asperger's, but I never used it as an excuse for anything when I was younger. Didn't communicate properly and had very hard time learning towards my middle and high school years. I grew out of it.
You don't grow out of it, Jamie. That just makes you more Asperger's that you would say that. You negative.
Yeah, I've got a nephew with Asperger's and doesn't act like that. I'm sorry, I know how he acts. He's got his favorite clothes, his favorite things. He doesn't talk well and interact with people, so he can never come up with these schemes like we're talking about in the talk that he has. Very nice young man now, but he's still like same shirt for 3 days because it's his favorite shirt. Things like that. He's got his things that make him comfortable, and being in public and talking to people he doesn't know. He's not comfortable with that. He wouldn't be able to do the stuff that we're discussing that Jay's done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the vast majority of people with autism, are not comfortable in public settings. I actually have a nephew that he's not really my nephew. He would be my cousin's son, but me and my cousin were like brother and sister, so he always called him my nephew. His name's Zane, and he was, full-blown autism, and like his mother had a hard time controlling him when he was young, and she would call me. I would come over, and the boy would listen to me, and be good for me and everything. He wouldn't allow people to touch him or anything, like to hold it, let him sit on his lap or something when he, 3-4 years old. He just didn't go for that shit. But with me, he would sit on my knee there and be real calm and, talk to me and stuff. But, very, very few people that he would allow to, interact with him like that, and that's very common with autism.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we know plenty of people with autism and stuff, and
Jay's
yeah,
definitely not it.
he is not. He shows zero signs of it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, autism is definitely not, a lack of accountability. It's definitely not an inability to control behavior, and it's definitely not sexual interest in children. So yeah, his autism disability means nothing, and he ain't mentioned a fucking disability for the last fucking 6-7 years that he's been trying to be a YouTube star ever until fucking now, when he has fucking a couple of fucking chomo circle of protection motherfuckers around him.
It pisses me
Yep.
off that he's using that as an excuse and acting like autism is that way. Like
Yeah.
that's gross.
Yeah,
Absolutely, bro.
and I really don't think you're gonna be able to ask questions just from the comments on the new channel. Even if you go under there as an alias and try to ask him questions, I don't know. I'm expecting the sickos just to block and ban everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Anybody that wants the truth. So
My channel unblocked me, and I haven't commented on it or nothing.
Yep. I mean, look, they're fucking trashing fucking Brandt now, Like they had a thing on there about Nolan Brandt, Brandt always stayed fucking, I mean, Brandt did his trolling shit and everything, but he always stayed fucking pretty neutral with shit. He would run his mouth in there, under different accounts talking shit to Jay, but he never did anything in real life to harm him or anything, and never even got involved in this conversation. But they're talking shit about him now.
yep, that's that. What is it? The team.
The bully.
Oh yeah,
The protection
the
team.
bully squad.
Yeah. His circle protection team is a bunch of people protecting a sicko. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Has nothing to do with bullying.
No. They want the content so fucking bad that they're willing to protect the fucking chomo.
And that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross as hell, man.
Yep.
Like that's why
I mean-
Internet Chronicles quit making videos about Jay because he discovered all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's not going to promote or help somebody like that.
No.
And when you make videos about them in the way that he did, that's exactly what that's doing. You're
Yeah.
promoting that person, and you'll never see him make another video about Jay.
Nope.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Like I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's fucking disgusting. But either way, like I say, I was never on the internet as much as I've been in the last month and a half or so, in my fucking life. But I now will be on the internet for the rest of my fucking life, and I will be keeping a very, very close eye on fucking Jay and every fucking move he makes, so.
He's not going to get away from us.
Jay,
No, this is Chicago.
how many kids does Jay have? Does anybody know? Does he have more than one?
He has 2 that are his and 1 that he claims is his, but it's not really his. There's a boy that is supposedly his, and the one girl supposedly ain't his, unless I have that backwards.
Yeah, the little tiny girl, Nova or whatever, is not his. Like, he had posted a bunch of videos where it said on there that it's not his blood, but it might as well be.
Okay, yeah.
Anybody with a brain will keep a fucking kid away from
Yeah,
Jay.
that's what I was like. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So bad for that little
Well,
girl.
At least this is one we learned about. We can try to keep an eye on, and from getting myself educated through, being part of the channels here and everybody's input to open my eyes to things. it kind of makes you sick thinking of how many may be out there doing this that
Oh,
in a different light that you don't know about, you know.
You'd be
So people need to look out for this behavior, take it seriously, not try to hide it, not try to help these people.
It
But
makes you sick.
when you see weird sicko stuff, try to do something about it. Don't back it. Don't help it. You know, do the right thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
and don't ignore it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
don't ignore it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, put a fucking spotlight on it. Like I say, I mean, take a look, you know, like I say, you know, I used to get 10, 20, I've gotten as much as, 60 and 70,000 views in a night on a live stream, and I put all that to shit, I completely destroyed that just to fucking highlight fucking Jay's shit, so like,
We appreciate
I am dedicated to the cause.
We appreciate it.
So,
Well, I think I'm on my low battery's coming on, so I think I'm going to jump off here, guys. And thanks for everything. And like I said, Ash, Zom, you opened my eyes. I saw some of this, but you guys pointing out other things kind of cleared my vision a little bit, opened my eyes a little more, because I was very, even the YouTube stuff and recently coming on and not even, supporting any channels or anything till, V's Snake channel. I was and still am kind of naive to some of the stuff that goes on and the trolling and the different things, but I've learned a lot the last couple of months, and this, and again, this behavior is not right. And if people that are here tonight see this in other channels from other people, put a spotlight on it. Stop it. Something.
What does Darknet just said something like DHS has a very specific department he should be reported to on the next video he mentions.
I don't know. Is he talking about ICAC?
It might be. I think so. Is that what you're talking about, Darknet? The Crimes Against Children unit? E2 has a target on his back, as he should, and he will something.
Yep. Oh, true, Ricky. He will feel the
Yeah,
pressure.
they will send him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, they will send it on. Yeah, I got you, Darknet. Yeah, he has been reported there, and they are already aware of him. But he has been reported a couple of times that I know of so far, not to mention them already being aware of him. So with any luck, they have access to a whole lot more deeper stuff with the internet than you and I have. They can... They
use decoy accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right now, for me to find other shit, I got to pay to use the Wayback Machine every time, and I have looked at some more stuff of his, and I found similar things to what we've already uncovered. But that division can fucking find everything. I mean, even deleted Snapchat messages, I'm sure.
Yeah, the fact that we had already called him and they already knew about him said a lot.
Yeah.
But all right, Tom, I appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
We will. Yep. We'll see you there, guys. I'm gonna.
Bobby.
I don't know. I've said about all I've got to say, unless people have questions that they want to ask or anything. I'm open for some questions and answers here. But Tom, anytime you're ready to drop out, you should be able to do so. You can stay, you can leave. It's up to you, but I appreciate you.
Yeah, we're still here.
And to answer Ricky, they do things other than like look at their channel and shit. They actually use decoys and investigate CP. They do a lot more than just look at what's already there.
Yep, yep. Hell yeah, they dig deeper. Yep. And they'll throw decoys on them and everything, you know. They'll do all kinds of shit.
Yep. He's under investigation. So he's probably already committed crimes.
Yeah, he's probably already fucked and don't even know it, because they don't just go, oh well, here's this, let me go arrest him. They do a thorough investigation. They get all the charges they can against the person, and then it could take 2-3 years.
Absolutely. Yep.
They build a good case. They don't just arrest them and have them put on probation. When they do it to get them actual prison time. That's
Yep. And with feds, you know, the feds don't play any of that, you know, 80% and all that shit like the state and the county does. The feds are flat fucking bids, you know. So whenever they come down on him, you know, he's going to do a flat fucking bid, you know, with the feds. And the feds don't hand out shit less than 5 years that often.
Yep.
No, and if he gets 8 years, he'll do 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So.
Yeah, you're right, Bobby. If anybody needs to be investigated, it's E2. For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, he might be on his best behavior now, though, but they've already been investigating him, so he's already fucked anyways.
Yeah, and well, I don't want to say too much about it. There's already things that he's already done, things that
no take backs.
Yeah, and in real world stuff, not online stuff.
Yeah.
He, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is fucked.
Fucked with all caps and no lube.
Oh shit, Crazy Joe Video Chronicles, huh? He changed his name? He don't have nobody in there. Fuck. He must have pissed everybody off.
Yep, he's an asshole.
Yeah, fuck Joe.
Yep, I don't ever watch him.
Yeah, there's very few people that like that Crazy Joe. I don't watch his stuff.
It's not interesting to me.
Yeah. There's some of them people I don't really care for either. You know, like DeVita, I won't watch another minute of DeVita's live shit. You know, I am combing through his old stuff, but I won't watch another minute of live for him.
DeVita's entertaining to me because of his wife.
Well, it is entertaining, but DeVita's a fucking sicko too.
I don't know.
So I will. I'll be making a video in the coming days here about DeVita. So check it out. You know, whenever it drops, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, it's not quite as bad as Jay yet, but I think it's headed there.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. Well, of course, I've probably watched a total of 4 hours of DeVita.
Right.
So I don't know, but
yeah,
I would like to see though if there is something.
Yeah. And you know, that's something I encourage. Like anything that I have an opinion on, I don't want somebody to take my opinion and run with it. I want them to look at it themselves and, you know, form their own fucking opinion. You know, I don't want to sway anybody's, you know, mind in any way or another. You know, now if there's enough fucking Sue, yes, you nailed it, but. Fucking, you know, basically, you know, if there's something there that's, you know, like with Jay here, there's enough to show, you know, he actually nuked this fucking channel and stuff to try to hide the stuff, you know, then if you're still following that dude, fuck you. I don't have no time for you. But DeVita, you know, there hasn't been enough put out there yet for anybody to form a real opinion on it. So, you know, it's good at this point.
He used to dress up in his diapers and stuff with his wife there.
Yeah, she used to be totally different.
and dressing up with his wife with his diapers and shit, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But, I still think it's weirdo shit. But, like, there's just a couple other questionable things, in his old streams. But, I don't know. I don't know 100% about it yet. Once I'm ready to put the video out, and once I, come to the conclusion I want to come to, we'll make a decision then for sure. But as of right now, I'm not going to watch him anymore for now.
What happened, GTO, in the last stream that made you sick? Was that who said that?
Yeah. Yeah, GTO said something happened in his last stream that made him physically sick. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
What made you physically sick might turn me on, bud. He started going started talking about it all. Talking about killing himself? Or
Sewer
in
slide?
Minecraft?
In Minecraft?
No, he's talking about ending the whole, lives and not going live no more and shit. He got called the fuck out on some weirdo shit too,
Well, somebody like called his daughter or messaged his daughter or something.
Yeah. That the phone call was something about fucking him fucking somebody or something like that. I don't know, but no, there was some other stuff too, that he had mentioned. I'll have to try to clip that and send it to you to show you what he's talking about. But and then when he did that shit, taking his fucking pants off and shit, on the stream, that was kind of fucked up,
I don't think.
I didn't either.
You didn't see that either? Oh yeah. He took his fucking pants off and shit. Like, everybody knows that there's kids watching YouTube and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you want to take your pants off, go to fucking OnlyFans or something.
Right.
So, whatever though. I mean, that's not saying that he's a fucking chomo just because he took his pants off. But yeah, he's definitely very mentally unstable, and yes, you're right. He lost custody of a daughter, and there's some allegations behind why, and that's all the stuff I'm talking about. GTO, yes, yeah. So,
Yeah, they lost custody of 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything about that. Like I say, I didn't know. I found out more in the last than I ever had because I watched a little bit of his streams like a few years ago. His wife was normal, and then Ethan was talking about him in one of our streams on Virtual Reptarium, and I didn't realize it was the same dude. I went over there and I was like, "Oh yeah, same fucking dude," but his wife's a lunatic now.
Yep. Oh,
But
fuck.
I haven't watched a lot of his shit.
God damn it, guys. You got to see this fucking rattlesnake. Let me see if I can reverse the camera somehow. I just had this fucking big old male yellow phase. He just freshly shed. Like, they are so pretty when they freshly shed.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know. Am I getting him in the picture? I can't see.
Is he?
Yep, a little bit. Go a little more to the right. There you go.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, they're super pretty when they very first shed, these true yellows. Like, I wish I could reverse that fucking camera somehow. Damn it. Well, I'll make a short video.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, but he took a giant deuce and shed just now. Must have happened while I was on stream. But
Yeah, Rick, I heard somebody say something about keeping a kid locked in a room, lunch meat, but that's one of those things like that. Just some random person said that. Who fucking knows? But I would like to see that what actually happened.
Right.
well,
Not-
exactly, and
Like obviously not mentally well.
And that's kind of what I'm trying to say by the way I'm handling this is there's allegations with DeVita. So I've started looking into some of his older stuff, and I found some stuff that's questionable, but there's not enough there yet to put a label on him, or even say, that he's possibly a chomo or anything. But I'm to a point where I don't even want to support him enough right now until I'm sure, But I'm absolutely cool with anybody who does support him right now until, everything comes out.
I definitely don't support him, but I don't not support him,
Well, that's, when I say support, I mean just watching them, and whatever, like basically, if it's found that, either one of these are 100% chomo fuckers, if anybody even takes the time to watch their fucking shit and give them the views, they can fuck off. So,
I agree.
yeah. So, but guys, I'm going to kill this stream. I think we've said what we got to say. I don't know if anybody else has any more questions. If so, go for it.
Something to say, fuck Jason McAllister.
Fuck Jason McAllister. Who the fuck said that?
That's me, Ashley.
Yeah. I thought you saw it in the comments. But
No, I said that. That's me.
hell yeah. But all right, then I'm gonna go ahead and kill this. I may just, pull a stream up, just so the chat's there and we can chat, but at least end the panel and this goofy shit, with this StreamYard, because it's hard for me to read the comments and shit in the StreamYard.
Yeah. It might be the panels from a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. I started to do that, but I saw Ashley's fucking grumpy ass comment, like, well, let me know if you're actually going to do a fucking panel. So I was like, look, motherfucker, I'm doing it right now. God damn. So I grabbed the phone and did it, and then y'all were 45 fucking minutes late anyway.
I know. I'm trying to get you to do it every one night you want to do it. I'm late.
But anyway, you know what, guys? We got to do something quick before we end this stream. You know what? I'm gonna start another stream, and then we're gonna go fucking confetti bomb fucking Queertus. So I'm gonna end this one, and I'm gonna start one right back up. It'll be just a real short one, but long enough to confetti bomb his fucking ass.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. See you guys later.